I don't know about y'all, but I'm getting sick of other drivers. Look up. Get off the phone. What do y'all be doing? You do too much.
She never bothered nobody. She was a friend to everybody.
Someone knows something and how she got left back here. They know how she got left back here. They know it. And I need for y'all to tell us because I want to know what happened to my little sister.
Tonight, Cobb County police are investigating the death of a popular social media influencer. Beauty K. Couch was found dead Wednesday in a wooded area near her home in Austell.
Yeah, so police say that Couch's body was found near her burned out car. And as 11 Alive's Bobeth Yates found out, the family is asking the public to come forward to help figure out what went on here.
What would drive someone to turn love into betrayal? How does a vibrant life, filled with joy and promise, end in smoke and silence? These are the haunting questions surrounding the death of 22-year-old Beauty Couch, whose life was tragically extinguished in a way no one could have imagined. She was a roller skating sensation, captivating over 150,000 Instagram and 104,000 TikTok followers with her grace and positivity. But just days ago, her burning car was discovered on a quiet patch of land in Austell, Georgia. Hours later, her body, brutally stabbed, was found nearby, leaving a trail of heartbreak and unanswered questions. How did this happen? Who could be responsible? And what was hidden behind the smiles and videos that made her an online star? Stay with us as we unravel the tragic and shocking story of Beauty Couch, a tale of love, trust, and betrayal. In this video, we'll trace Beauty's final hours, explore the evidence that led police to her alleged killer, and hear the emotional pleas from her family as they demand justice. But there's more to this story than meets the eye. Who was the man behind the crime? What was the motive? And how did investigators connect the dots so quickly? Welcome to Mind Twist True Crime Stories, where all our stories are based on true crimes. Kindly support us by subscribing to this channel. Hit the notification bell icon so you won't miss any of our latest stories. Austell, Georgia, serves as the backdrop for this heartbreaking tale. Located approximately 20 miles west of Atlanta, the state capital of Georgia, Austell is a small, quiet city known for its close-knit community and suburban charm. Its proximity to Atlanta makes it a blend of peaceful living and urban accessibility, but it's also a place where the unexpected can happen, as it did in this case. With its tree-lined streets and open spaces, Austell often feels like an escape from the hustle and bustle of the big city. However, on that fateful day in August 2023, this tranquil setting became the scene of a harrowing crime that shook not just the local community, but the nation. As the investigation unfolded in this seemingly serene corner of Georgia, the proximity to Atlanta played a critical role in mobilizing resources and law enforcement to uncover the truth behind Beauty Couch's untimely death. Beauty Couch, or as her followers knew her, Beauty Katera, wasn't just an influencer. She was a beacon of joy for those who followed her journey. From mesmerizing skating routines to her infectious smile, she brought light to a platform too often filled with negativity. Her artistry and talent made her a role model, especially for young women who admired her confidence and unique style. Born and raised in Georgia, Beauty had a childhood filled with love and care. Her family described her as a joyful and compassionate young woman. Her mother, Kimberly Couch, often spoke about how Beauty's kindness and positivity made her a friend to everyone. But it was her passion for roller skating that truly set her apart. From the moment she laced up her skates, Beauty found freedom and self-expression. What started as a hobby soon became a defining part of her identity. Beauty turned roller skating into an art form, and she used it to connect with the world. She even went ahead to win several competitions. With a natural charisma and captivating talent, she built an online presence that resonated with hundreds of thousands. Her Instagram account, where she shared mesmerizing skating videos, amassed over 150,000 followers on Instagram and 104,000 followers on TikTok. Each post showcased her unique style, her infectious smile, and the sheer joy she found in every glide and spin. I was so hung up on her videos when I visited her page. She is just too awesome with her skating skills. Beauty's skating wasn't just a performance, it was an extension of her personality, full of grace and confidence. Beauty not only shared her passion for roller skating by offering paid lessons to those eager to learn, but she was also a dedicated college student balancing her studies with her love for dance. Her family couldn't have been prouder. They described her as someone who brought light into every room she entered. She never bothered anybody, her mother said. She was loved by everyone. Those words now carry an unbearable weight, a reflection of the void left behind. But behind the viral videos and the curated moments of joy, there was something no one saw coming, something hidden in the shadows of her seemingly perfect life. As her life flourished on screen, what happened off-screen that led to her tragic final chapter? The answers may lie in her relationships, and one in particular. But the truth is far more unsettling than anyone could have imagined. On August 23rd, firefighters responded to a car engulfed in flames on a remote road. At first glance, it seemed like just another accident. But this wasn't just a car fire. The vehicle belonged to Beauty, and she hadn't been seen for over 24 hours. Later that day, officers made a grim discovery. Her body was found just yards away from the burned-out car, hidden near the tree line. She had been stabbed multiple times. August 22nd, 2023. It was an ordinary day for most, but for Beauty Couch, it would be her last. That night, she was last seen by her adoptive mother. No one could have guessed the horror that would unfold in the hours to come. The next day, at approximately 12:18 p.m., firefighters in Austell, Georgia, responded to reports of a brush fire. When they arrived, they found a vehicle fully engulfed in flames. After extinguishing the fire, the car was towed to a nearby wrecker yard for further inspection. It didn't take long for authorities to trace the vehicle to its registered owner. That's when they discovered it belonged to the parents of 22-year-old Beauty Couch, who they hadn't seen since the previous night. She's the one that normally drives the car. Concern turned to dread as police returned to the scene of the fire, searching the area for any signs of Beauty. What they found was devastating. Hidden near the edge of the woods, just a short distance from where her car burned, lay Beauty's lifeless body. She had been stabbed multiple times in the upper torso, a brutal and violent end to a young life filled with so much promise. Her mother, Kimberly Couch, was overcome with grief. They treated her like she was a dog, she said through tears. My baby didn't deserve this. Friends and family were left reeling, struggling to make sense of such a senseless act of violence. Imagine the heartbreak of finding out someone you loved so deeply met such a cruel fate. But this was only the beginning. The investigation was about to reveal a connection that would turn the case on its head. Who could be responsible for such a heinous act? And what drove them to such a terrible crime?
Police say someone intentionally dumped the woman's body in a wooded area and then set her car on fire. The victim's a well-known roller skater among some in Atlanta. Channel 2 Cobb County Bureau Chief Michelle Newell live at the Cobb County Police Department tonight. Michelle, are police even close to finding a suspect?
Yeah, well, I've been speaking with police all day. They say they are following several leads.
They treated my baby like she was just somebody off the street.
Kimberly Couch wants to know why her daughter's life was tragically taken.
She was a sweet girl. She never bothered nobody. She never bothered nobody. She was a friend to everybody.
Burn marks in this wooded area is a harsh reminder of what Austell police officers discovered while they were responding to a brush fire on Wednesday.
Subsequently found a vehicle that was on fire.
They tracked down the owner of the car.
We spoke to the owner. It ended up being the adoptive mother of our victim, and she said that she hadn't spoken to her daughter in over a day.
Beauty Couch, known as Beauty Katera, was a popular roller skater and social media influencer. This video of Beauty on a skating rink is just one of several on her Instagram page. Beauty was robbed of her future.
I ended up finding the victim in the woodline.
They took a part of my life from me. They took a part of my heart. And I want them to pay for what they did to my baby.
Had we not went back and checked, she could have never been found. And the car, if it wasn't set on fire, it could have been years before it was found.
Beauty began making a name for herself a couple of years ago, and just last year she became an instructor. It's unclear exactly how she died. We're hoping to get that information from the medical examiner soon.
The scene was chaotic but telling. Investigators began gathering evidence, analyzing the charred vehicle, combing the nearby woods, and meticulously documenting where Beauty's body had been found. It was clear that this was no accident. Detective Alex Hayes from the Austell Police Department issued a haunting statement. If the car wasn't set on fire, it could have been years before her body was found. The flames weren't just meant to destroy evidence. They were meant to erase Beauty's presence entirely. Authorities worked quickly to connect the dots. Statements from her adoptive mother confirmed that Beauty had been driving the car the night before. She was reported missing shortly after, and police immediately tied her disappearance to the crime scene. As investigators pressed forward, Beauty's family stepped into the public eye, pleading for justice. Her mother, Kimberly Couch, spoke with a raw and unwavering determination. "They burned my baby's car. They hurt her so bad. My baby didn't deserve this." Her pain echoed far beyond her words, sparking outrage and heartbreak in the community. Think about the audacity of setting a fire in broad daylight, all in an attempt to cover up a crime. What does that say about the perpetrator? He burnt the car to conceal evidence, but little did he know that that singular act would implicate him. If he didn't set the car on fire, they wouldn't have been able to find her body on time. The evidence left behind wasn't just a trail. It was a story waiting to be uncovered. And soon, they would find the person responsible for Beauty's tragic death. As investigators worked tirelessly to piece together the events leading to Beauty Couch's tragic death, one name quickly rose to the surface: Eugene Louis Jacques. 21 years old, Eugene wasn't just anyone in Beauty's life. He was her boyfriend, someone she trusted, someone who should have been her protector. But now, he was the prime suspect in her murder. Authorities didn't reach this conclusion by chance. The evidence told a story. Beauty's cause of death was confirmed as stabbing, a brutal and intimate act that suggested someone close to her. Investigators started connecting the dots, and all paths led back to Eugene. But why? What could possibly drive such a horrific act? While police refrained from speculating publicly about the motive, the timeline spoke volumes. Just 2 days after Beauty's body was discovered, Eugene was apprehended during a routine traffic stop in Louisiana, hundreds of miles away from the crime scene. He was traveling alone, and the arrest was made without incident. He was booked into the St. Tammany Parish Correctional Center, where he was held before being extradited to Georgia. But his sudden departure from Georgia raised serious questions. Was he fleeing justice? Or was there another reason he was on the move? Eugene's capture marked a critical turning point in the investigation. With the prime suspect in custody, the focus shifted to unraveling the final moments of Beauty's life and uncovering the truth behind this unthinkable crime.
How did it get here? I just can't believe this.
Atlanta News First Adam Murphy live tonight in Austell. And Adam, you spoke exclusively with Couch's family.
Sean, the family of Beauty Couch is grieving tonight. They've placed a memorial here near the scene of this crime. And while investigators have arrested a suspect in connection with Couch's murder, the family says they still have many questions.
Why? I need to know why. It's not going to bring her back.
Leila Brown may never understand why her sister was killed and dumped in this wooded area in Austell last week.
That guy that was buying her flowers and taking her out and, making her smile at one point, how did it get here? I just can't believe this.
Police arrested 21-year-old Eugene Louis Jacques in connection with the death of Beauty Couch. He has been charged with murder, arson, and aggravated assault, and is currently in the St. Tammany Parish Jail in Louisiana, awaiting extradition back to Cobb County.
I met him one time, and when I met him, I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" That was it. And I was like, looked at my baby, and then I like, that person is not going to be the right person for my baby.
On Monday, family and friends visited the scene of the crime off Joe Jerkins Boulevard, placing balloons and flowers nearby in Beauty's memory.
I just had to feel her final resting place. I had to feel her spirit. I want her to know that she's missed, she's loved.
According to authorities, Beauty's killer set her car on fire in a ditch and dumped her body a few yards away. Her family says she was stabbed multiple times, and her boyfriend, Eugene Luis Jaquez, has been charged with the crime.
I love God. I probably can forgive him, but I never forget what he did to my baby.
And while the family says they are grateful for this arrest in this case so soon, they said they won't have the closure they need until they see the suspect face-to-face in court.
The moment Eugene Louis Jacques was taken into custody, the wheels of justice began to turn. The charges against him were as severe as the crime itself: first-degree murder, arson, and aggravated assault. Prosecutors argued the evidence painted a clear and disturbing picture. Beauty Couch's death was not a random act, but a calculated and brutal attack. The charge of arson stemmed from the deliberate burning of her car, an attempt, investigators said, to destroy evidence and conceal the crime. When Eugene appeared before the court, the judge made a decisive move. Bond was denied, ensuring he would remain in custody while the legal process unfolded. Shortly after, he was extradited back to Georgia, where he would face the full weight of the law. Now the case stands at a critical juncture. As legal proceedings continue, the questions loom. What evidence will be revealed during the trial? Will Eugene maintain his innocence, or will the truth finally come to light in a courtroom? The potential outcomes are life-changing for Eugene, for Beauty's grieving family, and for everyone who followed her vibrant journey online. Justice for Beauty Couch feels within reach, but the process was far from over. I met him one time, and when I met him, I was like, "Hey, how are you doing?" And that was it. Then I looked at my baby and I was like, that person is not going to be the right person for my baby. Kimberly Couch, Beauty's mom, said. Beauty's sister struggled to reconcile the vibrant, loving woman they knew with the tragedy that unfolded. How did it come to this? She asked, voicing the heartbreak shared by everyone who loved Beauty. The sudden and violent end to a relationship left questions that may never fully be answered. Her loss was felt far beyond her immediate family. On Instagram, where Beauty's roller skating videos had inspired thousands, followers flooded her page with tributes. Comments spoke of her radiant spirit, her talent, and the joy she brought to the lives of so many. "You were one of a kind," read one message. "Rest in peace, Queen." Family and friends visited the scene of the crime off Joe Jerkins Boulevard, placing balloons and flowers near where she was found to honor her memory. The roller skating community, where Beauty had been a shining star, came together to honor her memory. Videos were posted in her tribute, showcasing skaters weaving their artistry in her name. She was gone, but her legacy on wheels would live on. Beauty's story is a sobering reminder of the dangers lurking in abusive relationships. Experts point to warning signs: unexplained isolation, controlling behavior, and sudden emotional shifts that should never be ignored. For Beauty, these signs may have been overshadowed by hope for change or the deep emotional ties that kept her tethered to a dangerous situation. The tragedy also underscores the importance of community vigilance. How often do we dismiss the warning signs in others' lives, thinking it's not our place to intervene? Beauty's life, and her untimely death, stands as a painful example of what's at stake when we fail to act. This isn't just about Beauty. It's about the countless others who may be enduring similar silent battles. If her story compels just one person to recognize the warning signs and seek help, then her legacy becomes more than her tragic end. It becomes a call to action. We want to hear from you. Share your perspective and thoughts in the comments below. Let's honor Beauty's memory by keeping this conversation alive and ensuring her story continues to inspire change. If you found this video impactful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Together, we can shine a light on stories like Beauty's and work towards a better future. Thank you for watching and for remembering Beauty Couch.